Hey YouTube, how are you doing? This is your boy again, Night Fox, here with another devlog. Well, today, I was thinking about just sharing my thoughts on pre-made assets and their use in marketable games. Let's just get right into it, right? Um, Personally, for myself personally, I see nothing wrong with it, right? I kind of feel like if you use pre-made assets as a game designer, I talk about it all the time, that part of your responsibilities are to manage time. And rather you're a solo developer or you're managing a team, it's important to manage that time. And so that means if getting a pre-made asset that might save 6, 8, 12, 48, 72 people hours, then I think that's very, very important. Very important. Also, it's really important that you make those pre-made assets match, right? They have to match the art style of the game. If you're getting a pre-made asset from location A, another one from location B, you yourself or your team are modeling assets as well, then you have to make all of those match. They have to be able to seamlessly look like they came from the from one source, right? Rather that's with topology and or textures, right? I think that's a really, really, really important part of making all of that work, right? Um, I think at the same time, even moving outside of uh, polygon based assets, if you're doing things like getting pre-made UI user interfaces, uh, that's fine too. I mean, but you have to integrate that into the project and make sure that it matches your style, right? Even in terms of systems, if you have a movement system, if you're making a platformer and you really love this movement system from an RPG standpoint and you go out and get it, then you have to make sure that still fits your game, right? In some way, shape, or form. So I think pre-made assets are really amazing. It saves you time. It can help you out in a bind if you don't know how to do a particular thing, when it comes to the game design process. So you may not be good with programming. So instead of either cutting that feature out of your game, it could save the game, right? If you can find a pre-made asset that gives you what the project requires in that area. Same thing for animations, same thing for particle effects, same thing for really any part of the game design process. Um, Also, um, you have to look at it from a budget standpoint too, as well, right? If you're a solo developer, is it more affordable that you pay X amount of dollars for a pre-made asset than maybe X amount of more dollars to hire a person? That's another aspect of pre-made assets as well. And I talk about that all the time on my live streams over at twitch.tv, Divine Dev Studios. We often reference the fact that if you are a solo developer, you're wearing all the hats. You are the animator. You are the UX UI designer. You are the programmer. You are the texture character artist. You do it all of it, right? And so when you wear that many hats, it's very beneficial for you to save time wherever you can. And if you can save time without sacrificing quality by purchasing a pre-made asset, then I think that's a win all around. And I know I've came across some, I don't know what to even call them at this point, but maybe original or origin or purist elitist that feel that everything needs to be made from scratch. You need to model every single thing. You need to create every single texture from scratch in Photoshop or GIMP or something like that, or MS Paint. And I disagree with that wholeheartedly. It's no different than if a triple A studio outsources work. That's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So the AAA studio is no longer creating its own assets. They're paying someone else to do it. And pre-made assets are no different. Somebody else has already pre-made that asset in advance, and you so happen to have a need for it, and now you're going out to purchase it. So it's like a game dev grocery store. So if you need a mechanic, you just waddle on down to the local game dev grocery store, and then they pick you up a can of mechanics. Um, and I think it's really good. I think it's a really good feature, option, resource that are available to all of us today. So and I have every intention on utilizing that in Heavenly Chronicles. I have utilized that in both of the prototypes that I have worked on Twitch on stream, Recharge Royale, and the latest one where you'll see some videos upcoming uh, called Elemental. So um, yeah, so that's pretty much my thoughts. I feel like if you have a project going, even if you've made everything from scratch up to this point of maybe even watching this video, um, give it a thought. If you can afford it, by all means, look into it. Um, if there's anything free, especially if you're using on Unreal, look into that too as well. We do reviews every month when Epic releases their free for the month assets, and then we just really go through it, talk about it, talk about the applications each one of them may actually have. So definitely give it a really good thought and see how pre-made assets could possibly benefit you in some way, right? You can always change the topology on assets. You could change the textures on assets. You can rearrange the UI on any assets that you get that are pre-made. So everything's always definitely, interchangeable, customizable. And so just because it's pre-made doesn't necessarily mean it's permanent. So you can always make it yours by adding your own style and touch to it. But that's it for this video here. If you liked it, please leave a like. Consider subscribing. Really helps the channel out, helps me grow. If you love the projects that I'm working on, it'll allow more people to discover it, just like you have. Definitely ring that bell so that way you can be notified whenever I release any other videos, content, and things like that. Consider coming over and visiting us over at twitch.tv, Divine Dev Studios, and let's have some fun conversations. We have them every stream, every stream. And that's really it. And leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know what you might be interested in hearing me blabber about, and any questions or anything like that. I'll answer as well too. So until I see you, or you actually see me in another video, have a great one, and thank you for watching the video. All right.